welcome to Check Out This Guy. This is the podcast where we put on our headphones and maybe talk about some guys, or maybe just listen to some fucking tunes. I'm Emery. My pronouns are they, she, he.
I'm Morg. My pronouns are they, he, and I am going to unfortunately be the Apple Music user this time. I apologize for everyone trying to look up our playlists and having to deal with that bullshit, because I believe the other two are using Spotify.
Mm-hmm. I do hate Spotify as a company, but unfortunately they do provide like a very good service. Unfortunately, I do use them to listen to music a lot.
It do be like that.
Oh, hi, I'm Spike, and I'm just kind of grooving here. And it sounds like we might talk about the horrors of capitalism gone wild again. Thank you, Spotify.
One more time, here we go, baby. Talking about the horrors of capitalism.
We just can't stop.
Maybe we'll fix it this time. Maybe we'll solve that one. So we're here to talk about playlists that we've made for our OCs. Spike, I know you've made a couple.
Yes.
One for Xenu, one for Dr. Eggman, and a separate one for All the Lights, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The All the Lights one is fairly disjointed. I can readily, I think it might be best for y'all to just pick one and start off by asking me a question if you want me to go first, I guess.
I'm tempted to just say do the Eggman one and then say the song about horsecock. Explain yourself.
Okay. Yes, I can do that. Let me bring up the egg list.
Egg list. Oh no.
Yes. So, do you want? So let me explain my overall concept here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you though? I'm scared of horsecock now. I don't know.
Look, there's no cock like it.
Yeah, I guess. That's so true. But also, I hate you.
So, look, there is a good reason for it. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So, this and the Xenu Vibes playlists are structured, pretty much the same in that they're mostly just kind of a chronological exploration of the character's life, up through the end of the campaign. But the egg list is fun in that it has an actual introductory song, which is science fiction double feature from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Which, it makes sense for him, and, it's, also gonna be about a guy who lives, dies, and lives again. Double feature.
True. The campaign was about that.
So we have these various songs in it. They're all about him, who he is, him growing up, becoming who he was. I still love the reaction when you saw it the first time. When you said, "Is that a fucking Onceler song to me?"
Yeah.
And the answer was, yes, it is.
I had not heard or ever been aware of this song before, so I was a little bit like, what is this and why is it here?
It's a very good song.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So, you want to ask me why is no cock like horsecock there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the same reason that that the two songs on either side of it on the list are there. just like the one before it is Creepy Doll by Jonathan Colton. And the one after it is Two Trucks by Lemon Demon. And it's just like,
Let's go.
kind of this weird, horny descent into madness of like this man who is only surrounded by furries. So, like, there was no deep meaning to it other than to be funny and see if anyone noticed. It was kind of my litmus test for, hey, is anyone actually reading the thing I posted?
Yeah, my first impression upon getting to those songs in the playlist was just like, oh, okay, so he's a furry and a clanker.
Maybe I don't know. Just like I said, that's the point where it's just like, oh, this man became unhinged. Like, the live version of Shia LaBeouf is in there too.
Oh, good. I don't know any. This Eggman spiraling out of control.
Yes. Absolutely spiraling out of control.
I wonder what exactly is keeping canon Eggman from spiraling to this degree, because he keeps doing nutty things, you know?
I'm pretty sure it's just Sega is unwilling to do that. It is a children's game.
Yeah, you know, also Eggman is a family man now. Maybe he's settled down a bit.
I so fucking love that.
Or maybe he'll just continue to use his children to do more evil. Who could say?
Eggman settling down is what I would ask for the most from Sonic going forward. Just make him one of Sonic's friends. It doesn't make sense to me otherwise.
That's kind of the dynamic in the Sonic Boom cartoon.
Like, they keep on toying with it.
Yeah, he's just kind of trying to hang out with everyone, except he's very bad at it, because his idea of hanging out is just sending robots to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic Frontiers kind of does the same thing, too. That's definitely a thing that happens. There are a lot of show tunes in here.
There sure are. A lot of villain songs in particular.
Yes. Bonnie Tyler's Faster Than the Speed of Night, I think I used for the actual death.
Faster Than the Speed of Night. He died in space, right? He, died after an explosion that Tails may or may not have done. Something like that.
No, Tails definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I guess technically, Sonic was the one who caused the explosion. Tails was just the one who made sure it killed him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Any other songs on this list that stand out as ones you want to get into? I do like that there are a bunch at the end that are just some of the music I played for the final boss fight.
Which we arrived at independently.
Yeah, there's an orchestral cover of "Be My Light" from App Monsters, which rules.
Wait, I don't think that's on. Oh, it is on there.
It is.
Yes, nice. Let's see here. There is an ICP song on here. That I think was for, the first fight with, Wario. And it's bad. It's bad. I don't like it, but it's there. There was a song that I wanted on here, that I couldn't include because it wasn't on Spotify. And that would have been the Actually, it would have been a pair of songs, the remixes of Jump Up Superstar and Fist Bump, where they take the two songs and they swap the lyrics between them.
Interesting.
Because there are versions of both songs where they've done that.
Interesting.
Huh.
And
I'd say I've heard that.
Yeah, it would make sense. Like, it made sense for, what the campaign was. But yeah, it already got posted on the Discord when the interstitial app got posted.
Yeah, I might post it on the social medias. I haven't done that yet, but
yeah,
that's fine. Was there anything that made you want to make a playlist fragment? Other than I don't know, I want to. Who cares?
I think I originally got the idea from Emery.
Yeah, I think the first playlist done in our little our tabletop group was when I started making one for Reaper's Olympics as a whole.
No, I think I got the idea from you before then, because I did have the Xenu playlist, and I think I started that. I think I probably started that while the Fellowship campaign was still ongoing.
Yeah. I forget when I would have suggested that. I just know that, I know that I started making one for Reaper's Olympics, and then I think that kicked off a lot of people to do it for their own characters.
Yeah, it may have been when you were still planning the campaign, because you started planning it a while in advance.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, Morg, do you want to talk about Treble's playlist at all?
Sure. I mean, I kind of said this before we started. Sorry if you've been hearing typing also. I've been trying to log in to my thing on my computer. I'm just going to look at it on my phone because it's being stupid. But yeah, the title is it's called Music of the Void Caller, because that was what my character's current playbook is called, and it's based on the Lantern playbook. I'll probably go into that when I actually talk about the ogres on here, but they a lot of the genres are a lot of it's stuff that I already was had a lot of music of, but I just kind of was this reminds me of Trouble. They have ska music on them because they're associated a lot with ska music. They have a lot of We Are the Union and stuff. I had Kill Lincoln on here, but I think I took it off for some reason. But I have just some indie band stuff. I have a song, the song that it's called Relatively Good, because that's by Mel Bryant and the Mercy Makers, and that's what Treble kind of thinks of themselves as. I'm just trying my best out here. I'm just living life, whatever. And stuff A Better Home by We Are the Union, which is fun because both I feel they think a lot about their body, and this song talks a lot about your body in space, because they're very big. Their body's very connected to the this anti-magic in our world, the void, and it's very there's just a lot of contrast between them and the people around them. And it's
Mm-hmm. We did talk about the void a little bit.
I couldn't remember how much we touched on it when we were
in the Fellowship lore episode. But yeah, the thing about ogres that we established early on is that they're void users who are actually who can actually use it good and safely and aren't like overtaken by it usually.
Usually.
And when they use it, it typically doesn't deal like quite so much damage to the fabric of the universe.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like, so they, when they're like compared to like people around them when like magic is scanned and stuff, instead of being like light, like they're kind of like a hole in reality, it looks like, when you're like scanning magic, kind of. But like they're just, yeah. It's just fun, and like I feel like I have a lot of songs about like just how they feel about themselves, like body wise, because of that. And like I have some fun stuff with like how Treble like feels about their bestie, their best friend, Arla, because they have like Native Tongue by Paramore, because they were kind of like, they started off on the same like planet together, but they also like kind of understand each other a lot, because like sometimes Arla would like talk really fast and everyone would be like, what are you saying? But Treble's like, yep, I understand what you're saying to me. And yeah, so, but, there's probably something more happening there, but who knows? We haven't gotten to that point in the, the campaign. We have, but we haven't,
Surely none of us would know about two characters making a deep connection with each other.
Yeah, no, surely none of us. Nope.
There wouldn't be an intercharacter romance in a tabletop party, never.
Well, I don't know about romance, but hey, Morg.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want to hate me?
I guess so.
Because there are two songs that I associate with Treble.
I know one of them is Monster Mash. You've already told me that.
Oh, no. I mean, two that are like in my mind.
Oh, no.
Monster Mash was what I picked before I ever knew anything about Treble, just based off of the initial like one paragraph description. But
I did find a version of Monster Mash done by the Misfits I considered putting on the playlist. But
nice. So one is at Doom's Gate.
Is that from Doom?
Yeah, like
I think you have told me that.
Yeah,
I think
the Doom song.
Yeah.
Because good lord, the violence that Treble can commit.
We love it.
And then the other one is that Shoes song. The song that goes, Shoes. Shoes. Oh my god, Shoes. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm very aware of that song. Yes. I'm laughing because I know it's. I assume it's because of the whole mall trip thing. Yeah.
Yes. Like there was an association there when y'all did your shopping, and it's never left my mind. Once that association was made, I'm like, okay.
That's so funny because
I will think of this when I think of Treble now.
Because they're not like, they don't go shopping a lot, but they did very specifically go to Hot Topic in that mall.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yep, they went to Hot Topic.
I mean, it could have been Makeover, but Shoes was the one that stuck in my head.
And they do wear, like, a pair of clunky boots now. I can't wait to talk about Treble in more detail on this podcast.
It's gonna be good.
I love them. But yeah, and I have, like, songs about... Oh, I do have a Kill Lincoln song. Sorry, that's... Kill Lincoln and Weird Union are, like, they're, like, more modern, like, ska bands that I like, and I was like, that fits with me.
Yeah, I've been listening to a little bit of We Are the Union lately.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Their most recent album is kind of a banger.
Yes. And actually, I did put a version of Monster Mash on because Cartoon Network did a version of Monster Mash. I totally forgot.
Oh yeah.
So, that was on the end of the playlist because they are kind of a mishmash of monster stuff. Like, they're a big rabbit demon monster guy that's kind of got some, like, devilly stuff, but also, like, kind of big fuzzy. There's some, like, lizard vibes, too. But, I have a lot of stuff about, like, I ended up, like, putting a lot of, like, folk punk music on their thing, and I'm like, oh no, Treble's that kind of person, but no, I'm that kind of person, so that's just what happens. But, it's, it's funny to call a big character scrappy, but I do, because you think of, like, I think of, like, short little guys as, like, being a scrappy character. But, like, I think of Trouble as being kind of scrappy, too. Like, even though they're, like, big. I don't know.
Yeah, they kind of got that punk energy to them. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. They're kind of punk. They're kind of grungy. They're kind of like they have a little friend now that's part of them that is like void magic, so it's like they're also learning how to like
a very like
be a parent, I guess, kind of.
I think it's probably important to say that like there is a lot of linking between music and treble, though.
Yeah,
it's right there in the name.
Their name is Treble. Ogres are all named after music stuff. They're like gods, or more or less like genres of music. They're named after that. And yeah, they're just like very like even though like a lot of their attacking is like very physical, they also have like a lot of like musicality with like their magic now that they like realize they have magic. It's very like, oh, I can like vibe with this. I resonate with it. There's a lot of like themes of like resonating with magic and music at the same time, and how that can like help control the void stuff without it being like overtaking them. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. A lot of folk punk, a lot of Paramore stuff, a lot of ska punk, and a lot of just like feeling all kinds of weird ways about being like kind of someone who has to live in a space and also is kind of sticks out on a lot of planets because like a lot of we're traveling, right? So we're traveling through like planets and stuff. So if people haven't seen like an ogre before, they're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no. Trouble's like 8 feet tall and could crush your head like a Coke can.
Yes.
But looks very huggable.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
They're very huggable and very like, they kind of like, I kind of imagine when they're not fighting, they kind of like try to not take up as much space, which maybe says something about me and feeling like sometimes I take up too much space as like a bigger person, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's what a lot of the music vibes are for Trouble, I guess.
Yeah. let's see. I have two playlists that I made. One for my fellowship character from All the Lights, same as Treble. For Professor Vortex, and one which I previously mentioned for Reaper's Olympics as a whole. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about, since Morg just talked about Treble, I guess I can talk about Vortex a little bit. So yeah, she is a slime girl, she's a scientist, she has the worst social skills you've ever seen.
God.
So
she almost broke me.
Yeah, this character has given Spike so much trouble.
Spike's the DM for
sorry.
that game, so yeah, I feel like Vortex probably has given the most trouble, specifically to Spike. Not necessarily like even with all the actions that we're doing or anything like that. But just because people do not know how to react to Vortex, I think sometimes.
Oh, well, I am going to shift a tiny portion of the blame in that when I'm told, yes, she has undergone character growth and is getting better, and then I'm like, okay, here's a situation to show that incremental growth. And she gets worse.
She hasn't grown that much.
And she does not show the growth. Like,
yeah.
Spike keeps trying to give her, like, situations.
I'm like, here are opportunities.
But also those opportunities are in, like, very stressful situations, which not the ideal environments for her to exhibit growth. I'll say.
No, I mean that's entirely fair.
Yeah, as far as her playlist, a lot of it is just like a bunch of music that I was listening to, like, during that time while the campaign was still running. A lot of this is just like artists I came across like from Spotify recommendations. I was just kind of like just hanging out in this weird little electronica corner that Spotify was enabling. So I also like a lot of the songs are lyricless. I tried to go with like almost exclusively lyricless songs. Like for a couple of reasons. Like that just kind of like I can sort of imagine Vortex listening to that just, while she's at work in the lab. And then like kind of the other reason is that like speaking is not like something that really comes naturally to like her species. Her people usually communicate like with a light-based language. They have like, phosphorescent cells that they can like light up in different patterns, and that's how they communicate with each other. But Vortex is just like, no, I'm gonna get super good at human stuff. I'm gonna be so good at it. And so like she taught herself like how to essentially like make her own vocal cords and like mouth out of slime, and essentially like learned English so that she could watch anime in its in its native language of English.
Yes. Very specifically, she watches the dub.
Yes.
Exactly.
We will get into that probably more when we're talking about characters from that game.
She could have chosen to watch anime subbed. Anything. She did not.
She could have chosen.
Oh no, I think you did say that she made her own subs, but they were the dubs with her own language subtitled.
Yeah, like the light language, like the...
Yeah, I'm not sure that I specifically... Yeah, I did say that those exist. I'm not sure that I specifically said Vortex did any of her own.
Okay,
she might have, though.
Now I'm curious about who did it. Now I'm like, who did it?
Yeah,
who cares about anime like that?
That was an assumption on my part. You're right, because I was like, no one else would do that.
Yes, there's there's like one we mentioned because you were teaching another like character to try to speak the language with the lights, and you were like, hey, you should learn it with this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, how did this come about? I'm very curious.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of the songs are lyricless just because, like, Vortex is someone for whom simply being verbal takes a lot of energy, and, you know, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, even though most of these are lyricless, like, a lot of them do have, like, references to, like, loneliness and stuff. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I did kind of try to separate the playlist into phases based on, like, what, you know, because this character has changed playbooks a couple of times, like, essentially gone through, like, really dramatic changes that have, like, affected everything about her character. And I sort of did, like, a loose marking of you know, those sections just by, like, sort of more prominently featuring certain artists. So the first one is Baths. I have a few Baths songs in the first part, and I do also, like, sprinkle some Geotic songs throughout the playlist. Both of those are both of those are artist names for Will Wiesenfeld, who does really incredible stuff.
I love that you carried that on to your next character also.
Yeah, no, I did name Snake's Eidolon after a Baths song. I do really fucking love Baths.
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of the group Ghost Data?
No.
I have, yeah.
Because that's a group that I associate with Vortex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oh, no, yeah, no, I put a Ghost Data song called Become God on the Reaper's Olympics playlist to be in reference to Wario trying to become God.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, let's see. I have some weird stuff. I guess I should talk about the actual next phase. Next phase is Snail's House. Again, kind of just one that I found on Spotify, but I really like their stuff. Since Vortex's second playbook was the mascot after the first one being the rain, mascot is like, it's what it sounds like. It's like the mascot character from an anime. It like fucking powers up their friends and is also just kind of like a small little creature. So I thought like the vibe of Snail's House fit that really well. It's like sort of like much more like aesthetically cute music, and yeah, definitely like kind of a lot of like sort of like anime influence in the vibes. Yeah, after that is an artist I found called New Pink, because yeah, they have like a lot of like really synthetic sounding guitars in their music, and I thought like that worked really well for Vortex's Tinker playbook, because they you know, she kind of has this like scrapped together mech suit, made of a bunch of like sort of disparate parts that have sort of been hacked together, and I kind of like the sound of New Pink to represent that. Just like, again, this kind of like fucking really punk sounding like guitar music, but also with like this, you know, I'm not great at talking about music.
It's
I'm discovering.
hard.
Yeah, no, but also this kind of like very synthetic, like electronic feeling to it. I thought that was a really good fit.
It's not easy to talk about music. Like, that's kind of why I was like, should I go into, like, should I read all the songs off that I have on this playlist? No, that's probably, like, kind of gonna bore someone. But, like, you know, there's like genres I missed because I was like, oh, these are the bass ones, but then there's a couple like random songs that I'm like, this also fits Trouble.
Yeah. Aside from that, just generally for the whole playlist, I was just like, I wanted to pick music that sounded just kind of like weird and like slightly alien in a way that sort of pokes my brain in a good way. So yeah, other artists of the list, I got Astrophysics, I got Strawberry Milk, I got Sewer Slut, I got Vessel. Yeah, all very good listens.
Yeah, there's some noise stuff on there. It sounds like
I also have a couple songs from a band called Slime Girls, which seemed very apropos.
Nice.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, then I guess really quickly I can also talk about the Reaper's Olympics playlist. That one I did not have like a lot of. Well, yeah, that one I wasn't. That one was interesting because I wasn't like trying to match like one particular character. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna pick 1 to 3 songs for each character, and for some goddamn reason I was like, and I'm not gonna reuse the same artist twice unless I have like a good reason to. So yeah, this one kind of like really spans the entire breadth of my musical taste. This one is like all over the place, like very eclectic, just like this is just like just a bunch of fucking stuff that I listen to.
Yeah, that's kind of what my other playlist is.
Yeah, so again, like, I picked a few different songs for, like, each character, like, mostly just trying to match the vibe. Like, sometimes there would be one where it's like, oh, these lyrics really remind me of the character, but it's mostly vibes-based. So, like, I went for, like, some really high-energy music for Sonic, some, like, weird, nerdy shit that is also kind of goth for Tails. I did put a 9 Inch Nails song for Tails, because, in reference to the Miles Kitsune per hour, that iconic artwork. I do have her design in Reaper's Olympics wearing a 9 Inch Nails shirt. So, you know, I had to go and find a 9 Inch Nails song that wasn't, like, insanely sexual, because I can't give Tails a horny song. She's a baby. She's little. Yeah, let's see. The music for M, just kind of the general theme tying that together, is sad trans girl music. So again, I got Sewer Slut, I got Transgender Dysphoria Blues, I have Lemon Boy by Cavetown. Let's see. I used Baths again. I used Baths for Eugene. One of the songs by Baths is called Lovesick Synthetic, which is just way the fuck too on the nose for Eugene, so I had to use it.
Damn, that really is him, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I also gave Eugene some ska from the Suicide Machines, because Eugene has like an official character song in App Monsters that like got released on an EP with like his voice actor and Offmon's voice actor singing it, and it is a ska song. It's a banger. It's called Slow Starter, and I like to listen to it.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see. Neferpito was a funny one, just because, like, I'm gonna put a fucking song about kitty cats here. Here's Meow by Anamanaguchi. Here's, like, some really fucking hard electronica called Eat Flesh by the band Health. Here's a 15-minute noise tracks just to round things off. I think this is the correct vibe for Neferpito. I think this really fleshes out the character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a lot of these here. I think the last one I want to talk about is Blaze, just because, like, there's a song by the Warriors called End of the World, and that one, I feel just like, that one is just, like, extremely Blaze the Cat to me. I can't listen to that song anymore without, like, fucking thinking about Sonic 06 and how Blaze and Silver had to survive the apocalypse together.
I swear I have that song on somewhere, on something, but I don't know where.
It's a good-ass song.
Yeah. And
then I also gave Blaze some ska as well, because, you know, she fucking hangs out with Sonic the Hedgehog and Eugen. Of course, she's gotten into ska.
Of course. How could she not?
It definitely seems appropriate.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not going to go into this playlist very deeply, but the one I was talking about, I had, like, started to make a playlist, like, years and years and years ago when I started that, like, road trip thing that I talked about, like, space road trip. I didn't have a name for it, so I called the playlist Sci-Fi and Seek, like, hide and seek. So maybe that's what I should have titled the episode, Sci-Fi and Seek. But
that's good.
I know. Yeah, I kind of want to keep it in my back pocket. Like, I don't know what I want to use it for, but I do like Sci-Fi and Seek a lot. Yeah, it's just got a lot of, like, my taste music on it, but, like, ones that I'm like, this would be maybe playing because one of my characters thinks they're a fucking protagonist, so I put Protagonist Syndrome for Violet Pony on it, you know, like, that sort of stuff. Or, like, oh, this character has sad background, I'm gonna put fucking, and they're, like, depressed, I'm gonna put Garden Song by Phoebe Bridges on it. Like, it's not very, like, organized. I think my Trouble one is actually, like, more organized and shorter. So I'm probably not going to post this one, but I might, like, try to tinker with it if I write more of the poly road trip thing. So, but that exists. And then I also started to make a playlist of ideas for Eidolons.
Oh boy!
Oh yeah.
That campaign. I made a decision to not create a playlist for myself on that one.
Damn, that's very I'm kind of surprised, but, like, I also feel like a lot of it would be like David.
Well, no, like, I think the problem would be it would loop back in on itself in ways that I wouldn't like.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I could see that being, like, not what you want. I don't have, like, a fully fleshed out one either for, like, these are songs that have showed up in the campaign so far, because a lot of songs have shown up because that is the nature of Eidolons being named after songs. But I'm considering making one of those. And even this playlist, I think the first couple songs are, like, you guys. Like, I think I have, like, Macavity on it for Elton, and I have Overseas on it for Snake and all that.
It occurred to me only very recently that we kind of somewhat established a convention for cryptids where some of them are named after Beth songs, and I think you could make some pretty good cryptids based on the Bee and Puppy Cat soundtrack, because Will Wiesenfeld did that as well.
I didn't know that.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I should write that down. My thing is, there hasn't been...
Yeah, imagine... You know, imagine what kind of Eidolon what's your favorite color would be.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. We actually have not run into that many, like, characters I would consider cryptids, because we have shades, but cryptids are, like, specifically ones that, like, live among humans. Like, and so maybe there are some more that are named after baths and geotic songs.
Who could say?
Who could say?
Yeah, certainly not me.
I guess there's one that you do know about called human bogs, but
yeah, I've heard of them, have not met them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so music's a big deal in my current campaign, and apparently it was in my last one. But I'm also like, I don't know how to talk about music, so
yeah.
Well,
it feels absurd to me that I don't have any 100 Gex music on a playlist yet. That's because, like, I made these playlists before I got really big into, you know, before I listened to 10,000 Gex and subsequently got obsessed with the band and got, like, deep into their whole discography.
Yeah.
No Stupid Horse. I definitely had an idea for, I don't know who it would be, and I don't know what it would do, but an Eidolon with Stupid Horse. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That would kick ass.
Yeah.
Eidolon that makes you lose the money in your bank account.
No, not allowed.
Joke's on you, idiot. Snake doesn't have a bank account.
Dory does.
I may or may not have had ideas for something relating to money.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Great.
Before we even
Money
talked
machine.
about this.
Yeah.
Perhaps being called Money Machine. Possibly.
Oh, that's just an ATM.
God. This isn't on any playlists, but I really like the song Money Machine. You know, if I made a playlist for Vile, the sexy bat, that would be like that would be the opener.
Great. We love Vile.
Fucking this right at the start, the song calls you a little piss baby, and I feel like that's Vile the sexy bat energy.
Yeah.
It sure fucking does. And then I played Dumbest Girl in the
Yeah.
Dumbest Girl for Dorothy yesterday.
Fair. I deserve that.
We're not owning you with Xenu this time, we're owning you with Dorothy.
Look, do you want to own me, though? Because
sure.
Because I do want to talk about the Xenu Vibes playlist.
Okay, let's go.
So
we're going a little long. It's fine. None of us have a bedtime.
We're not at an hour yet.
Yeah, we're fine.
And I'm not gonna
it's gonna be shorter than the fucking interstitial one. So
yeah. So let me just tell you how it starts off. All you need really is the song titles for the first few songs. Welcome to Lady Hell, Build a Bitch, Welcome to the Black Parade, Crazy Fucking Robot Body, and A Life Frozen in Time. Throughout this, a lot of the early songs are about things like just hating your role in society, or things about just kind of being a violent asshole, or being stuck and not liking being stuck, those sorts of things. Lots of songs in here about wanting to reject who you are, or wanting to follow desires that are probably impossible. It is probably important for the audience to know that starting off, Xenu in the Fellowship campaign was not I'm gonna say she was an outright evil character.
Damn.
In that, and mostly because she basically could only experience negative emotions with any real force to them. Like, it would almost impossible for her to be happy. Very easy for her to be angry or sad.
We love depression, don't we, gang?
Yeah, kinda. But, like, not quite that. It's just the nature of her existence was very bad. And so, like, as the playlist goes on, it does improve. Are y'all looking at this thing? Because you could probably just, like, pick some of the songs in there and ask me why. Like, there are a few in here that are probably really important.
Which ones do you think are, like, the ones you think of are, like, the most important? You have Shoes in here also.
No,
that's all the lights. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that was in there for travel.
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you explain why Comme ce Sortad is in here?
That is because someone was playing that song in the campaign. That one's real easy.
Someone was holding a funeral for their DVD copy of Chobits, which got broken in a fight.
So Life After Lisa is in there right next to it because that is the song that Xenu knew that she thought of as equivalent to Comme Suesertad.
Yeah, because Bowling for Soup is a character in this game. Yeah, so
Oh, you're laughing.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how they all went to a Bowling for Soup concert.
Like, there's, like, when we get into, like, where the campaign started happening, there's a transition to, there's a lot of songs about, like, it's like, well, maybe for example, there's a song, The Monster Underneath Your Bed, where, like, there's songs in here where it's like, oh, well, maybe the monster can be your friend. Those sorts of songs.
How come, what ultimately made Xenu switch to being like, actually, I do like, and I can have good emotion?
Well, two things. One, she met Gilly, and two, she, like, physically changed to where she could actually feel. Like, she had no sensation, like, she had no senses. Like, no touch sensation or anything for, like, thousands of years. So, it's like, oh, I can know what temperature it is. I can't feel the warmth of cold.
Yeah, she got the gender confirmation surgery that turns you from a straight-up robot into a cyborg.
Sorta.
I mean, yes, I'm going to say, like, even when you were like, it's sort of depression, but it's like, that's probably the easiest way to call it, like, because we don't have this equivalent of, we are people that, like, our equivalent of, like, feeling, like, not being able to feel things besides negative emotions.
Yeah, but
that's depression.
Also fiction matters because it's commentary on the real world.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Let's not consider the implications of some of this.
But
no, none of this is an allegory. We're just thinking about depression abstractly. None of us has it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like, let's talk about Xenu, so I'm talking about Xenu.
And, like, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Like, there is actually a song in here that is a song that I hate, and it doesn't fit the playlist, and, like, it just kind of brings everything to a horrible halt for a little bit. Ironically, it's a Queen song. It's what I think is probably the worst Queen song. And the title is Dragon Attack.
Yeah.
I don't hate Dragon Attack.
Yeah, Emery will know this as the song.
It's got a beat to it.
Yeah, Emery will know this as the song for when Xenu left Gilly and for like 6 months and struck off on her own and also committed a murder.
Yeah, this is post-campaign.
Yeah, like...
This is epilogue stuff.
Yeah, she went and murdered a dragon, and, like, up until that point, like, one of her main philosophies were dragons are super important, and nothing should be able to happen to them.
So she proved her strength. No, I'm just kidding.
No. There are several things that led into that. Like, if I had to pick, like, a most exemplary song, it would be Nightmares by Static P and Lily Pichu. Are y'all familiar with this song?
That's a cute song. I listened to it because it's on the playlist.
Yes.
I had not heard of this artist before.
Yes.
Wait, what is it called? I'm sorry. What?
Nightmares.
I'm familiar with, like, not this song or the artist, but, like, I'm familiar with, like, the naming convention of Static P.
So this is like it's a song about like a brother and sister going to explore a cave, and they meet a little creature that they help out, and then like a demon comes and traps them, and like they have a nice little adventure and everything turns out right. So I think that is like in many ways exemplary of the relationship of Xenu and Gilly.
Yeah, it's a cute little song.
I mean, and then It's Not Like I Like You also appears on this list.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna call it out, but I was thinking it.
Well,
yeah, when I saw that one on the playlist, I was like, yep, I know who this is calling out.
Hey, wait, no, I actually don't know who it's calling out, because I could never pick which one
of the two.
I could never pick which would be which. Their relationship is weird.
It's something.
It's something.
For sure.
I would say there is a deep connection there, and then like we'll talk about Gilly and Xenu eventually, but like there's things going on there with both of them where like it's like there wouldn't ever really be a romance there. Mainly because neither one of them would ever be in a romance. I think that's accurate.
Yeah, like both Arrow characters.
I mean, this is another thing where it's like you could chalk it up to being like this fiction, so there's going to be fiction characters, but there's also some vibes that are like queer platonic partner vibes to them. There's like a lot going on there. And I think that's like cool.
Yeah.
And it's funny that Xenu went away, and now Gilly's away, and Xenu. Interesting.
Interesting cinematic parallels.
That's one reason why we need to pick the campaign back up.
I would like to, yes.
Because Emery and I know things that'll happen, or are likely to happen anyway.
Unless I put a stop to it. Fuck you! No, I'm just kidding. But I mean me, not Trouble. I mean Morg. Morg's
No. There was a point where Morg had a character who could have killed Gilly, and I said I was just going to walk away from the campaign if that happened.
Listen. I didn't
I know.
do it. And it's not trouble either, actually.
No.
But yeah. I feel like this is probably a good place to end, because otherwise we're just going to keep talking
I
about
agree.
Fellowship until we fucking die.
Yeah. No.
I feel like we're moving away from music. So
I
think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah, just the general vibes is all I want to talk about.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like that you have Pollyanna on it.
Uh-huh.
From Mother.
Yeah. And that's a very good cover, too.
Oh yeah, that's a very nice one.
Yeah, it's the Insane in the Rain one. It's got a bunch of people on it.
Yeah, like I said, like, you get a point where it's like, oh, like, there's actually, like, legit, like, positive, joyful things in here.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's a pretty positive song, actually.
Character arcs.
And she changed again. Yeah, so I think people should post their playlists in the Discord if they have them. If they don't, no pressure.
Yes.
But we like to see it. We like to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, I will be murdered if I ever play Baby Shark, though.
Yeah, that one's off limits.
But what if our beautiful 2-part melody with treble and Gal singing Baby Shark together?
Uh-huh. That's a thing that happened.
That's a real thing that happened. So I always forget the order.
Yeah, do we want to get into our plugs?
I always forget if we do our own plugs or the other stuff, so I probably did that wrong the last time when I was
whatever order.
Hey, we got a Discord. It's cool. Come to the Discord. We have an art stream that Emery does on Fridays.
Yeah.
Emery just went above and beyond the last 2 weeks working on a commission.
Of Xenu.
Yeah, I did a commission of Xenu. That the kind of the content of the artwork sort of developed slowly and in chunks over the course of those 2 weeks. Really started that one not really knowing where it went, and it went somewhere very silly.
You would have never thought that the end result would have been from how it started. I mean, it started on a previous episode of the podcast, so but regardless, that happens on Fridays. On Mondays, we have a group watch. It's right now Toku Mondays. This Monday, we're apparently going to watch the last 3 episodes of Garo because someone encountered a character that I'm going to say, fell in love with.
You got it.
And demanded that we alter the schedule. And then it's gonna turn into probably August or September into a group watch of Digimon again. Digimon Savers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch Savers because it's very silly. It's very silly and rowdy.
Yeah, but so we've got all sorts of stuff here. We've got a place if you do art, you can advertise commissions. You can tell us about your guys. There is a guest sign up for guests. There is a mailbag channel. There's all sorts of stuff here. Also, I streamed playing a very deranged Sonic the Hedgehog ROM hack earlier this week. So yeah, you don't know what you'll find here, but I promise you, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a very nice Discord. We have a lot of fun there.
And that's what I did instead of having social media.
Good choice, honestly. Social media is bad and only getting worse.
Yeah, actually wondering if I should even bother plugging my Twitter. I mean, it's the same as my Tumblr anyway, so you can find me on Tumblr.
Yeah, this episode comes out in 3 weeks. Is Twitter still gonna be around?
Yeah, no, probably not. We're at the, like, we just got the whole, like, limit to non-paying people to, like, 600 posts or whatever, but, like, I also have not run into a problem. I don't know if that means I just don't check Twitter that much, or if it's not working for me. Either way, it's very stupid. And, but you can follow me there at Haunting the Morgue, but you should really just follow my Tumblr at Haunting the Morgue. Or my co-host at Gengar, or just come to the Discord, really. Or you could find me on my other podcasts, Ford 430, a Zero Watch podcast, and the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast.
I got a podcast called We Rate Queerbait, where we explore the blurry line between homie and homo. I'm also on For Affinity with the username Space Robot. I'm taking commissions there. I'm also on an upcoming audio drama pilot. News on that forthcoming. I joined Art Fight for July 2023, so my username on that is also Space Robot, SPACEROBT, no second O. It's really slow right now. It's slow, and I can't upload stuff very much, but I'm on Team Werewolf, the objectively sexier team.
Oh, damn. Calling out all the fucking vampire listeners.
Wow.
I know there's at least 2 of them in our Discord.
Yeah, you heard me.
At least 2 of them, and possibly 3, because it sounds like if Spike was doing art, would also be doing vampire, but...
Xenu is a vampire.
I know.
Sort of. I
know.
Yeah, so also we do have a new thread for Art Fight in our Discord, because we got a few people in the server who have joined it.
Yeah, and because shit's too, like, slow on the actual website, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say your for yeah, you did. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this podcast is part of the Noisespace.xyz network. You can go to Noisespace.xyz and listen to all sorts of neat shows if you like what you hear here. If you like what you hear here, I almost tripped over that because there were 2 hears in a row. Like, wait, is that right?
Yeah.
But no, great website. A lot of really incredible hosts doing a lot of very fun shows. So go check it out, and I'm sure that you'll find something you want to listen to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think G-Witch is finishing up too for Wow Cool Robot, because I know the last episode came out, so that's fun. If you like,
oh shit,
yeah.
is that series finished now?
Yeah,
I gotta catch it.
Yeah, which means now I'm gonna watch it.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's got girls in it.
Oh boy, does it ever!
They made one for the ladies.
They made fun for the ladies. You can find our social media shit on co-host and Tumblr at Check Out This Guy. All one word, Check Out This Guy. And I believe there's a link to our Discord there too, if you don't want to link to it in this episode show notes, but whatever. Yeah, I think that is probably it for us.
So I know how we can have a successful outro this week.
Uh-huh. Just cut straight to the music, because that's what this one's about.
Well, I was gonna say let's pull a Shrek, maybe even a Shrek rave, and just end it with a dance party.
Woo! Dance with your guys.
Woo!
Stupid.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.